and then becomes a prostitute. Wants to just die, and she's dead. So he jumps off the bridge, and he's dead. And then he dies. And I should probably put a spoiler warning. Put a spoiler warning before this, actually, because honestly, I just spoiled the whole thing. Whoops! Anyways. Welcome to Musical of the Month, hosted by me, Chris. Every month we'll be looking at a different musical. We'll be going through the musical, the synopsis, some of the history behind it, and some of the songs I think are cool from it. So the first musical we have is Les Miserables. I'm sorry in advance for my French. I'm in French, and I still can't speak French. So we have Les Miserables. It was written by Victor Hugo. It's the same dude who wrote Hunchback of Notre Dame, whatever. It was originally written in 1862. The musical came out, like the actual musical, came out in French in 1980, and then 1985 is the English version. And now, synopsis. Okay, so Jean Valjean stole some bread because, you gotta live. He was in prison, but he got put out on parole, and he's out on parole now, and he says, what's the best thing I could do right now? Oh, that's right, steal. And so he steals from a bishop who offered him, shelter, and then he steals from the bishop, and then he gets caught again because he's an idiot. And after he gets caught, the bishop's like, nah, the dude's chill. And then the bishop was like, dude, I just saved your life. Do me a favor and make your life good. And so he tried, and a few years later, he's now the mayor of some town that is 2 seconds, and he owns a couple factories. There's this one woman that works in the factories, and the foreman hates her, and so he's basically looking for any excuse to fire her because she won't, be with him. So she has a daughter, and she's working to provide for that daughter, and she's being looked after by some innkeepers right now. And then the daughter is off, and so she's working, and then she gets a letter about her daughter, and someone finds it, and then there's a whole big argument, and then she eventually gets fired from the factory because they're like, what are you doing? And so she's fired now, she has nothing left to do, so she sells her hair, and then becomes a prostitute. So basically a good day. She gets arrested because apparently you can't do that. She gets arrested by Javert. I definitely pronounced that wrong. I'm going to pronounce it wrong the whole entire time. Sorry about you. It's the same dude who had locked up Jean a while ago. He gets arrested, but then Jean is like, no, I'm the mayor of the city. We gotta bring her to a hospital. And so he's like, fine, whatever. So he brings her to a hospital. So they're at the hospital. Javert is like, bro, was that the dude? Was that John? Or what the heck? I know John broke parole, but we have this other dude who we think is John, so that's John. But then John's like, oh, there's another dude who could die for me, and then I would be free forever. But then John's like, no, what the heck? I'm not doing that. And so he reveals himself, and so everyone knows, but then he escapes. And so now Javert is like, yo, John's still out there. I gotta get him. And so that's later down the line, and then the woman dies in the hospital, and so John's like, okay, well, I gotta go take care of her kid now. And so he goes take care of the kid, and she's in horrible conditions by these innkeepers. Cosette, which is the name of the daughter, is like Cinderella, and then they like their actual daughter. And so then John's like, come on, I'll pay you, give me the kid. And then fine, okay, we'll give you the kid. 9 years pass, and now they're in they're in Paris. They're already in France. They're in Paris, and also the innkeeper people run a gang now, which is interesting. And so they're walking down the street, Jean and Cosette, and then they get mugged by the innkeeper gang. And then the innkeeper gang is like, oh wait, we know you. What the heck? And then Cosette runs away, and she meets this college kid, and they fall in love like that, because obviously she's still not even with John, who is in the middle of getting mugged right now. And Javert comes, because apparently he's in Paris now, is stop mugging people. He sees Jean, and he's like, was that Jean? And so everyone's like, crap, okay, well, we found Jean. And so the innkeeper daughter likes college kid, but college kid likes Cosette. So love triangles. So after all of that, it's Cosette is now being looked for by college kid, and he's asking innkeeper's daughter, who likes him, to find this girl that he likes, and he's oblivious, and she's like, wow, okay, great. Like, obviously he doesn't like me now. College kid and a couple friends get together and they're like, let's stage a revolution because apparently the government sucks now because they don't like poor people. And guess what we are? Poor! And so they're like, okay, to overthrow the government. Simple solution. Obvious solution. And so they all get together and they sing this song about like, hey, like, let's just die and then we'll be free. It's like, wait a second, that doesn't... Anyways, Javert is like, ooh, these people gonna start a revolution. I should probably, check up on that. And then the innkeeper people are like, yo, we can, like, profit off of this somehow, like, steal some stuff or something in the chaos. And so people are like, okay, let's start a revolution. And, like, it's, like, only the college kids that show up. And they're like, crap. And so they were expecting, like, all of Paris to show up. But it's not all of Paris. And so then college kids like, hey, innkeeper girl, take this letter to Cosette. She's loved my life. Go. And she's like, are you I love you. Are you stupid? And then she gets shot trying to go back in the barricade. And she's dead. And then she's like, oh, college kid, I loved you. And he was like, oh, no homo. And then, so, like, everyone's like, we're, like, oh, no, she's dead. But then they got news like, oh, okay, things won't happen in the morning. And then they're like, okay, cool, things won't happen until the morning. But then Jean shows up and it's like, I know now, because I, like, intercepted the letter, that this college kid loves my daughter. And, like, obviously she'll be, like, totally heartbroken if he dies in this revolution. So I gotta go and fight so that way college kid will survive. That way my daughter, who's not even my daughter, adopted daughter, will be happy. Sounds like a plan. And so then he's like, oh, cool, I'm here to help. And then he's like, hey, can I execute this prisoner? And they go, why, certainly, young man, old man. And so he literally just goes like, okay, I'm gonna shoot. And he's like, takes Javert, like, over to the side and he's like, okay, I'm not gonna shoot. Because, that's the right thing to do. And Javert's like, this ain't gonna, like, I still hate you. You're still a criminal. And he's like, it's whatever, man. In the morning, the whole French army says, alright, we're just gonna attack. And so, like, everyone dies. Except for college kid, the singular college kid, and Jean. Because Jean's like, okay, well, college kid just got shot. And so now I gotta save college kid so my daughter will be happy. And so, like, John is, like, carrying college kid, like, through the sewers. And then, like, they get to the end of the sewer, and there's Javert, and he's like, oh, come on. And he's like, please, just let me save this dude's life. Like, give me an hour, and I'll come back, I swear. And Javert's like, yeah, I'll take your word. And so he goes, and then Javert's like, dude, this dude who I thought was a bad dude is actually a good dude that goes against literally everything I believe. And so he jumps off of a bridge, and he's dead. And so college kid doesn't know Jean saved his life. And now it's college kid, Colette, and Jean that's like, okay, we're alive now. Everyone else is dead. And college kid's like, dang, all my friends are dead because we tried to do a revolution, but we failed. They're like, oh, okay, like, Jean, you good with us getting married? And Jean's like, yeah, sure. But I gotta go because I'm kind of a criminal. But he doesn't tell Cosette that because, like, why would you tell Cosette, like, your biggest, darkest secret? And so he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go. You tell Cosette to, like, be safe. You can get married, I'm gonna go and, like, hide, basically. But, like, the whole thing was, like, it was supposed to be, like, the government sucks, and they killed so many people, and, like, it's supposed to be, like, the spark that ignites the revolution is, like, this one barricade thing. Which is pretty cool, honestly. So that's the basic plot of, Les Miserables, Les Mis, whatever. It's a really good musical, you should really check it out. I've got the privilege of seeing it in person recently. It's also really intense, like, right from the get-go. So that was Musical of the Month! I don't know what I'm doing. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe, Titan Theater Vlogs, it's what up. See y'all dudes later. Stay real.